Seid gegrüßt zu einer neuen Folge von Gabriel Knight. Und wir haben uns hier eingeschlichen in Malia Geddes Haus, um sie auszufragen. Naja, Gabriel wollte eher, um sie nochmal neu zu sehen. Ja, wir sind jetzt auch quasi nicht mehr Gabriel Knight, sondern Detective mostly. So haben wir uns reingeschlichen. Und dann würde ich sagen, starten wir mal mit dem Verhör von Malia Gedde.
Mind if I ask you a few questions, Miss Gedde?
I assume that's what you're here for, Detective.
So, dann hätte ich vorgeschlagen, wir fragen sie erstmal über sich selber aus.
Tell me about yourself.
I suppose I don't really have a choice. What do you want to know, Detective?
Erstmal über ihre Familie, hätte ich gesagt.
Tell me about your family.
The Geddes? We're a very private family.
How many people are there in your family?
Well, my mother just passed away.
Oh, I am sorry.
So am I. She was a magnificent woman. We were very close. I was an only child.
And your father?
I never knew him.
It's hard to believe that any man would leave a woman like you. Or like your mother must have been.
He did not leave, Detective. But that's really none of your concern.
I'm sorry. Go on.
There are, of course, other Geddes in the city. I have a large extended family.
I see.
Ja, okay, was ist mit ihrer Karriere?
Do you have a career?
A career? Being the head of the Gedde family is a 24-hour-a-day job. We have many holdings and many responsibilities, financial and otherwise. The management of our business affairs and properties leaves me with time for little else.
Poor little rich girl?
Believe it or not, Detective, wealth does have its price.
Ja gut, ihre Interessen?
What kind of things interest you?
I don't have a lot of free time, but I do appreciate the arts. Opera, symphony, ballet, fine art. If you look around, you'll see that we collect African art, for example.
Yes, it's very beautiful.
It is, Detective. It means a great deal to me.
So, ist sie verheiratet? Oder hat sie einen Freund?
Do you have a husband, boyfriend?
I'm very independent, Detective. The women in my family have always preferred it that way.
So, you've never been married?
No, and I never will be.
What about children?
Yes, that is likely. Someday.
So, jetzt soll sie noch ein paar Sachen über sich so sagen.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have a business degree from Vanderbilt. I wanted to study psychology, but my family's interests came first.
Oh? Why not something like law, then? Surely that would have been an asset to the family.
Law? Please. I do have some morals, Detective.
Okay.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
For the record, I'm 28, Detective.
Ja, das hat ihn bestimmt sehr interessiert.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I have few friends. A woman in my position can't really afford them.
I'd like to hear just about anything.
I try to stay away from the media as much as possible. Last year there was that story about John Jr. and I. Phone didn't stop ringing for weeks. I prefer to keep my private life private. I would appreciate it if you'd keep my name away from any public association with the police, Detective.
Of course.
Natürlich, das sollte ja auch kein so großes Problem sein.
I wouldn't know where to begin.
As you wish, Detective.
So, jetzt können wir einfach noch ein bisschen plaudern.
This is quite a place.
Thank you. It's been in the family a long time.
Done anything exciting lately?
I'm sorry, but I'm very busy. Can we get to the point?
So what's new with you?
Nothing that would interest you, I'm sure, Detective.
Do you receive all your visitors in this library?
Usually. I feel more comfortable surrounded by things that I love.
So, you like books?
My books, my art. Yes.
You know, we have a lot more in common than you might imagine.
I would love to chat about that sometime, Detective. But I'm really pressed at the moment.
Okay, ja, diese zwei Sachen hier, mit ihr flirten und über diesen See sie ausfragen, die sind die wichtigen. Das heißt, die sparen wir uns für die letzten Sachen auf, die letzten Gesprächsthemen. dann hätte ich gesagt, fangen wir erstmal über New Orleans hier aus.
Tell me about your life in New Orleans.
The Gedde family came to New Orleans in 1800. We worked very hard to get where we are. On the other hand, we've done a lot for this community.
I can believe that. You're doing a lot for me right now. Tell me more about New Orleans.
I'm afraid I don't get out into New Orleans society much. Because of the Gedde money, we have slots in the best country clubs and on the best Mardi Gras courts. But I must admit I hate it. I avoid actually making an appearance unless it becomes absolutely necessary.
I know about those courts. They're very exclusive.
Yes, especially when it comes to people of my race. That's why we don't turn down the appointments. It's a rare opportunity to rub their noses in it. But that's not where I spend my time. I have more important things to do with my life.
That's admirable. Many women would love the chance to get caught up in that kind of life.
I'm not any kind of woman you might be familiar with.
Yes, I can see that.
Gut, jetzt haben wir hier noch diese Voodoo-Sachen. Dann würden wir damit anfangen. Und zwar gleich erstmal einfach mit dem Thema Voodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Voodoo? Why would you want to know about that, Detective? It's rather silly, isn't it?
There's nothing silly about the voodoo murders.
But that voodoo is faked. That's what I've read in the papers.
That's what the papers say, all right.
But you're not convinced.
No, frankly, I'm not. The police department isn't known for its imagination.
Oh? Well, I can see that your imagination is considerable.
Stimmt, sonst kannst du nichts sagen über Voodoo.
Are you sure you can't tell me anything about voodoo?
I really don't know much about it. Isn't there some place in town that you can find out about that sort of thing? A museum or something?
I believe there is a museum.
Then maybe you should check there.
Haben wir schon. So, da wir eh schon bei dem Thema Morden sind, dann weiß sie darüber irgendetwas?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
The murders? Only what I read in the papers.
And what do you read in the papers?
I'm sure you know much more about it than I, Detective.
Stimmt. So, fragen wir mal nach den Schlangen, aber da wird es wahrscheinlich auch nicht wirklich was drüber sagen können.
Do you know anything about snakes?
I'm no expert. I don't fear them like most people do.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
I believe it's some sort of local holiday, but I don't know much about it.
Ich glaube, auch über die anderen Sachen wird sie nicht wirklich was sagen können, aber wir fragen trotzdem mal.
What do you know about Marie Laveau?
I've heard of her, of course, but that's about it.
Do you have any idea what Cabri Sanko means?
No, I don't. What does it mean, Detective?
That's confidential information, ma'am. Do you know anything about animal masks?
Animal masks? I don't know what you mean.
Gut, jetzt haben wir nur noch die zwei wichtigen Sachen. Fragen wir sie doch erstmal nach dem See.
Can you tell me anything about what happened out at the lake?
I wish I could, but I've never seen or heard anything unusual at the lake. And I do spend quite a bit of time out there.
Okay, das war's sogar schon. Ich hätte gedacht, da kommt jetzt noch mehr. Nun gut, dann flirten wir doch noch ein wenig mit ihr.
Excuse me, but your eyes are really distracting. I don't think I've ever seen a color quite like that brownish gold. It's so deep and rich. Man, if I could bottle that, I'd make a fortune.
Thank you, Detective. That's an interesting observation, though probably not relevant to your case.
A good detective never knows what might be relevant, Miss Gedde.
Then you must be truly exceptional at your job.
I can't help noticing that you're in incredible shape, Miss Gedde. Your legs are so strong. Do you work out at one of the clubs by the lake?
Well, Detective, I do enjoy physical activity.
Oh, me too.
Actually, I was referring to swimming and modern dance. I can't say that I do much exercising at the lake, though.
Ah, well, it was worth asking.
I think this has gone on long enough. You're not really a detective, are you?
Who, me? Well, I am on this case, Miss Gedde.
I saw you at the lake yesterday. I thought you must be with the police since you were there, but you don't act like a police officer. Besides, I'm rather certain that the other man said his name was Mosley.
All right, you caught me. I'm not with the police. My name is Gabriel Knight. I'm a writer working with Detective Mosley on a book.
Well, Mr. Knight, now that we've established who you are, perhaps you can tell me the real reason you're here.
Well, I am researching the book, and I thought you might have seen or heard something at the lake.
I don't like liars, Mr. Knight.
Okay, you're right. I really just wanted to see you again. You can be mad at me if you want, but I swear I've never done anything like this before.
Mr. Knight, you've lied about your identity and wasted my time with meaningless questions. If it weren't vaguely flattering, I'd really be angry. You're lucky I don't call the real police. I think you should go, Mr. Knight.
Malia, wait. If you just give me a chance.
I've wasted enough time. I'll have Robert show you out.
Ja, das lief wohl nicht so gut, was, Gabe?
Robert? Show Mr. Knight out, please.
I most certainly will.
Thank you very much. I had a lovely time.
So,
Shit.
das ist wohl wirklich nicht gut gelaufen. Und ein ziemlich hochgradiger Rauswurf. Aber na gut, was erwartet man mehr? Das war doch klar, dass das schief gehen wird. Nun ja, gut, wie dem auch sei. Ich würde sagen, hier haben wir alles getan, was wir tun können im Moment. Da müssen wir, glaube ich, nirgends mehr hin. Da konnten wir nicht hin. Da hatten wir alles getan. Okay. Ich glaube, wir haben alles getan, was man tun konnte. Dann gehen wir zurück zum Bookshop.
I knew you'd miss me, so I came back.
Really? I forgot you were gone.
So, dann würde ich nämlich ganz gerne noch mit Grace reden, ob sie noch ein paar Sachen wieder für mich herausfinden kann.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
So, Request Research. Caprica Sancor. Das ist, glaube ich, auch neu.
Do you have any idea what Capri Sanko means?
No. Sounds French, though.
What can you tell me about St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? Never heard of it. Must be a local custom. New Orleanians love to party.
Do you know anything about animal masks?
I'd rather not hear about your sex life, Knight.
Okay, der war nicht schlecht.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Wasn't she a big voodoo queen before the Civil War?
That's right.
Well, you've just heard everything I know about her.
Okay, das war's wohl.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure, what?
Okay, wir nach dieser Madame Casanova schauen. Und ja, das war's auch.
I need you to look up a Madame Casanova.
Madame Casino? Is she related to the murders the same way your friend Malia Gedde was?
Grace, Casanova's at least 70.
As if that makes a difference to you. Okay, I'll see what I can find. Well, it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Okay, das wird wahrscheinlich nicht klappen. Schätze ich mal. So, und damit haben wir Tag 2 fertig gespielt. Erfolgreich herumgebracht. Dann schauen wir mal, was Tag 3 uns so alles bringt. Und wie gesagt, er träumt wieder. Und damit beginnt Tag 3. Eine neue Zeitung, sehr schön. Mal sehen, was jetzt drin steht.
I'm so glad you could join us today. I've got messages when you want them.
Ah, sehr schön.
I also checked out Casino. There are multiple listings in the white pages. I got the page, but you'll have to figure out the right one.
Great. Thanks.
Okay, sehr schön.
Now, are you gonna tell me what happened yesterday with Malia Gedde, or is it just too embarrassing? Don't tell me you actually got to see her.
All the stars out tonight.
Gabriel, you don't seriously think she's interested. She can have any man in the city. You know, men with bank accounts.
You underestimate the Knight family's tragic poet samurai appeal.
Ja,
when Daddy
klar.
married Mom, she was the hottest catch in town.
I always suspected there was something fishy in your family tree. But seriously, I think you should be careful.
Meow, Grace.
I'm serious. I don't know why, but I have a bad feeling in the pit of my stomach about this.
It's called jealousy, my dear. And you're right, you should be jealous of Malia Gedde. And should every woman on this planet.
I just... never mind. I'll just fix these books. Your life is in your own slippery little hands.
The point is to get it into somebody else's hands. And soon.
Also ich weiß ganz ehrlich nicht, was Gabriel an Malia Gedde findet. So toll finde ich die jetzt ehrlich gesagt nicht. Aber gut, das ist Gabriel seine Sache. Dann schauen wir doch erstmal in die Zeitung rein.
Times dated June 20th, 1993. Gabriel scans over an uninteresting front page. Under the cultural events section, there's a notice about a lecture on African religions. The lecture is at Tulane University. Gabriel's horoscope for the day. An evil eye is upon you. Change your course before it's too late.
Lighten up.
So, okay.
Times dated June 20th. Under the cultural...
Das ist alles,
Lighten up.
das ist alles nur dasselbe wieder. Nun gut. Dann schauen wir noch mal ganz kurz in das Inventar rein. Diese Zeitung. Okay, was haben wir da? Casino B, Casino, okay. 1, 2, 3. Diese 4 haben wir hier. Nun gut. Sehr schön. Da werden wir mal schauen, ob wir da was rausfinden. Aber das... Und, ja genau, und die Nachrichten von Grace sollten wir noch abhören. Sie hat ja gesagt, sie hat neue. Aber das werden wir machen in der nächsten Folge. Dann sage ich mal vielen Dank fürs Anschauen. Macht's gut, habt eine schöne Zeit und bis zur nächsten Folge. Tschüss!